My wife banned my entire family from meeting our newborn, while her family visited daily. 3 weeks in, her sister showed me texts proving it was planned. My parents lived 20 minutes away. My sister flew in across the country. My grandma was 92 and recovering from a fall. Still, my wife kept saying, not yet. Meanwhile, her mom practically moved into our nursery. The excuses changed every day. Germs, even though her relatives came from a daycare and a hospital. Overstimulation. Right after she hosted a 15-person welcome hangout. Routines, while her mother rewrote our schedule like she owned the baby. My mom offered anything. Mask, hand washing, 5 minutes on the porch. My wife called it creepy. She returned my mom's gift for not having space, then accepted piles of stuff from her own mother. When I asked about fairness, she said, life isn't fair. I gave birth. When I said I was the father, she called me controlling. My sister sat alone in her hotel for 4 days and went home devastated. At the same time, my father-in-law posted photos holding my daughter online. When my dad commented, when can we meet her? My wife deleted it and blocked him. Then my grandma called from the hospital before surgery. She asked for one photo just in case. My wife heard me and snapped. She grabbed my phone and told my grandma, stop guilt-tripping a new mother. Then she hung up on her. I watched my grandma get shamed for loving our baby. That night, my sister-in-law pulled me aside and whispered, she's doing this on purpose. She showed me the messages. My wife had an ex-fiance whose mother took over wedding planning. So my wife promised she'd never let another mother-in-law near her future kids. In her texts, she called it establishing dominance. She wrote that she wanted my mom to beg and grovel. She bragged about making my sister waste money on her trip, and she laughed about my grandma in the hospital. Old people always use health scares for attention, she typed. Then, I hope she passes before the baby remembers her. I confronted my wife. She lunged for the phone like she could erase reality. She screamed her sister was a traitor. She screamed I was choosing them over my child. I said, I'm choosing to stop you from hurting my family. So I took my daughter to meet my parents. My wife called the police and said I kidnapped the baby. The officers asked, are you the father? I said yes. They said, then you have equal rights, and left. My mother-in-law showed up at my parents' house, red-faced and screaming on the porch. She yelled that I was a kidnapper. She threatened I'd never see my daughter again, and I'd get supervised visits. My dad filmed every word, calm as stone. She finally stormed off, tires squealing. When I came home, my wife had her whole family waiting in our living room. Her dad got in my face. Her brother called me abusive. Her mom recorded me, baiting me to react. My wife sat in the middle, crying, holding the baby like a shield. She said I had 2 options, apologize to her family, or pay for this forever. Then she locked herself and the baby in the bedroom and left me on the couch. The next day, I hired a family lawyer and brought receipts, screenshots, the police incident notes, the porch video. My wife filed for emergency custody anyway, claiming I was unstable and dangerous. In court, her lawyer played the terrified new mom card. Then my lawyer handed the judge my wife's own texts. Everything slowed down. The judge put on her glasses. Then she read the messages out loud. Make his mom beg. Break their spirits early. Then the one about my grandma. The courtroom went dead silent. My wife went white. Her mother started to stand up. The judge snapped, sit down, or you'll be removed. Then she denied the emergency order. No evidence of danger, she said, and she set temporary shared custody until a full hearing. That first week, I carried my daughter into my grandma's living room. My grandma cried like her lungs finally remembered how. She held my baby's fingers and wouldn't let go. My mom took one photo of 4 generations, and nobody spoke for a minute. In the end, the court set a permanent split custody schedule. Both families were allowed during our own time. No permission, no gatekeeping, no games. My marriage didn't survive what my wife tried to do, but my daughter got something more important. She got both sides of her family back.